We begin with breaking news at 5 o'clock in the Jessica Ridgeway investigation. The FBI is about to give us an update as hundreds of investigators search for new clues. This after that body was found in Arvada last night. There is still no official confirmation whether the body is that of the missing 10-year-old.
We do know that the officials are treating this as if it is Jessica. Right now, we want to get to that news brief by the FBI right now.
Parking a vehicle in their garage, and they've always parked it in their driveway. So we suspect that someone in the community knows this individual, and we're asking for the community support once again. The community has been very supportive in the efforts so far to this investigation, and we're asking that they would do this one more time to help us gather new leads and new information to bring this to a conclusion. And questions, I'll be more than happy to answer a few.
Are you looking for anything specific when it comes to sexual behavior, deviancy?
Any kind of unusual behavior between last Friday and today. Somebody who's maybe very engaged in the media coverage of this particular investigation, and maybe they're a little annoyed by all the coverage. And if that behavior is not normal for them, we'd like to know about it.
What about specifically sexual, though? You think?
It could be any sort of information that would be pertinent. Again, change in behavior, maybe a work habit. Maybe they didn't show up for work last Friday, or they've called in sick this week, and they haven't called in sick in forever. So that's the sort of stuff, very small, very minor changes in someone's personality or their behavior that we would like to know about. So we're asking for the public's help to look for this individual.
When we have a body that's not intact, what kind of a person are we talking about that would know to do to a body what was done to this body?
We're talking about general behaviors from the behavioral analysis unit. We're not going to get into the case or the investigation that we have currently.
Do you believe that your suspect is from the immediate area, Westminster, Arvada area?
It's very possible. We're not going to rule that out at this time, but we feel someone in the community knows this individual well enough to notice these small variations in their behavior, their demeanor, something about their physical appearance, or even something about their work habit or their personal life, something that has changed that we would like to know about this individual.
Do you feel like he's scared?
We want the public to be engaged. We want them to be engaged, and we want them to be aware, and that's why we're asking for the public's help. The Behavioral Analysis Unit has given some very specific profile information that I've emailed to the majority of you here today within the last few minutes that should give you more information to share with our audience.
Are you concerned that he may do it again? Are you concerned that he has the propensity?
We're not going either direction with that. We're not really sure, but we're trying to solve this investigation that's ongoing right now.
What new information can you give us about the body? Is it that of a child?
We're not going into those specifics. We're talking about the behavior of an offender.
Is this someone who may blend in?
Car description at all for a suspect?
No car description, no physical. We assume this person is a male. Statistically speaking, that's normally the way this would go. So that's why we're calling this person he. If he has exhibited different behavior, if he has acted differently. And we ask for the public's help to continue to monitor those tip lines. We have staff on hand to bring in these resources to make sure that we can get as many calls as we can from the public regarding this individual's behavior.
From your experience, is this the type of offender that would blend into the neighborhood? Could it be somebody's next door neighbor?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that?
Now, this could be someone that could be your boss, could be your friend, and ultimately it could be your family member. So we're asking people to bring this information to law enforcement and let us vet that to a close. If that person is not the suspect, we thank you for your call. We'll move to the next lead. But we have hundreds of leads coming in and great resources here on hand to act on those leads, but we need the public's help.
What about past murdering cases? Are you guys looking?
Everything's being investigated at this point. We're not leaving any stone unturned. We're making sure that we're looking at that information as well from the metro area and from here just in the local neighborhood.
Can you draw a direct connection to any previous child abduction cases?
Not at this point. We're just trying to get the public's help about that behavior. And please check that press release I just sent out. It'll provide you an abundance of facts and abundance of information. And my last question.
Do you have any leads now that are particularly promising, or any maybe people that you're sort of honing in on at this point?
We have an abundance of leads, and the investigation is ongoing. Thank you for your time.
So there you have it, Dave Jolly, an FBI spokesman, giving us an update there from the Westminster Police Department. Still not confirming that the body found yesterday in a park near Arvada was that of the missing 10-year-old Jessica Ridgeway. At this point, the agent wanted us to get out the information that they still need the public's help. Obviously, a horrible crime has been committed. We know that that body was found last night. And Dave Jolly with the FBI just saying, you know, we've gotten a lot of tips. The public has been engaged, very aware during this entire investigation. Don't stop now. If there's a relative, a colleague, a coworker, an acquaintance, anybody, and you might have noticed maybe a stark change in behavior since this Jessica's disappearance and the investigation began, they want to know about it because you never know who the perpetrator might be. In that crime scene that we saw last night, clearly there is a homicide. We don't know yet. It hasn't been confirmed if it's Jessica Ridgeway, but speak up.
Yeah, and he wanted to point out that you have that they believe that this person is someone that someone knows, someone that is in this area that could be your neighbor. They said make sure you pay attention to where they park. If they have changed their behavior since last Friday, if they used to park on the street, they now park in the garage, call police, notify them of this difference in behavior. If someone called in sick last Friday or Monday of this week that never calls in sick, call the authorities. Do not hesitate. No bit of information is too small, so make sure that you get involved because we know that you care so much.